Okay. What what is good, y'all? Mikey T, the movie star here. Got a dope live video for y'all today. Couple different topics to speak on. Couple different epic topics to speak on. We had a Rick Ross affiliate actually send some shots and also retract
Rick
some
Ross
shots
affiliate.
because it seems like at MMG they actually mess with Gillie the Kid. At MMG they actually roll over laughing. ROFL. That's what they be doing when it comes to Gillie the Kid's content. But there's nothing wrong with that. That's what $1 million worth of game is there for. It's there for the serious elements of life. It is there for the laugh out loud, the crying moments, anything like that. And I'm not talking about emotional, sad moments, but they cover that as well. Gillie the Kid and Wallow267 have really taken the podcast game to the next level. You can see them posting up, all due respect to all the other top brands, $1 million worth of game tops those charts. So, we got a couple things to talk about. First of all, we all know Gillie the Kid was just out in the UK. He was just out in England shopping around with the family. Salute my guy 37 Mac from Mac and Cheese. Gillie was actually out there buying some shit for the family, talking about, they're talking about he spends more on cows. They're talking about Rick Ross spends more on cows. So go and buy like 6 pairs of dope ass shoes. Get the Fendi shoes. You know what I mean? Get the Gucci. Get the Louis. You know what I'm saying? Get all the shoes so we can spend some money out here. That was Gillie's reaction to what Rick Ross said about spending more money on his cow hooves or whatever. I think the cow's name was Hooves or Hoffs or something like that. Gillie had misunderstood, thought he was talking about the cow's hoofs. He wasn't that disrespectful. He wasn't saying he spent more on the cow's hooves. But let's move on because the interesting thing is that Rick Ross actually went to the United Kingdom as well. Rick Ross made his way to the United Kingdom, you guys. Ross said it. He posted a video. Y'all saw me going to the Buckingham Palace. Ross said that he pulled a homie to the side. He said he pulled a homie to the side and told him who he was. He's like, I told him who I was. I pulled the homie to the side. I told him who I was. I was, of course, the biggest boss. The biggest boss that you've seen thus far? No, Ross. This man works for the Queen and the King of England. Sorry to break it to you, but there's levels to this shit. As Meek Mill said at one point, there are levels. There's levels to when it comes to money. We got people who are worth 50 million, 100 million, and then we got people who are worth 750 million. You know what I'm saying? Hundreds of millions of dollars. So Ross wanted to go eat at the table, apparently. He said, and one of the first times in a long time, that didn't get me through the gates. It didn't get me through the gates. I didn't get to sit at the table. But what he did do was refer me to the spot where he said they will be waiting for me. And I got to pick a lobster that I wanted to eat. So I forgave him. Interesting little story from Rick Ross there. He tried to get into the Buckingham Palace, got thrown out. Sorry, you're not coming to meet with the Queen. You're the biggest what? The biggest boss of what? There's levels to this shit, Ross. You couldn't get in to go eat at that table. I found it a little bit comedic, though. I won't lie. It was funny that Rick Ross, he was doing his $1 million worth of game comedic shit. You know what I mean? But sometimes you play yourself. I wouldn't be shocked if Gillie the Kid was making fun of this in the next 48 hours, but it could be left alone. We'll have to wait and see, you guys. But something that I did find interesting was Rick Ross's affiliate, Gunplay. The Don Logan. That's right. The living legend himself. He had a new album called Active out. Gunplay tries to stay out there releasing material and shit. He actually had a deal with Def Jam at one point. Pretty much the only artist from MMG that secured a deal with Def Jam outside of the MMG situation. Everybody else was pretty much on Warner and all that. But Gunplay was rocking with Def Jam. The Triple C's were as well. So Gunplay had said this on his live, I assume. He said, "That's my big brother. I will wrinkle your shirt and stretch your collar." Someone in the comments was saying, "Gillie treated your boss." And Gunplay's like, "You must be from Philly. Gillie treated your boss. You know how much money my boss got? You know how much money my boss got? Conversations are not in the same bracket as my big homie. Yeah, you got to be from Philly, square." Gillie, that shit had me rolling. Listen to what Gunplay is saying here. "Gillie, that shit had me rolling. That dude had me rolling. Rolling. Fat Boy was rolling too. I know Ross better than I know myself. He was crying." Gunplay would go on to say, "Gillie is good people. Nobody is going to war. I think it was very funny." That's what Gunplay said. He thought it was very funny. Gunplay said that he knows Rick Ross better than himself. Little odd, you know what I mean? That you know Rick Ross better than yourself. Okay. I mean, I look at it kind of like, if we're putting a comparison in, Gunplay is pretty much what Tony Yayo is to 50 Cent. You know what I mean? These guys have been connected with the artists that they've been working with for many years, going back to, before they were famous. So you build that connection. So I don't find it odd that Gunplay spoke out here against Gillie the Kid. But he let everybody know it's being laughed off. As we all know, this whole thing started over a Instagram comment. It all started over the fact that Rick Ross commented about Gillie the Kid speaking on his interaction with Lil Wayne. We all know that's something that Rick Ross has done over the years. We saw him actually put a diss song to Birdman where he was pretty much addressing Birdman's relationship with Wayne. Birdman doing Khaled dirty, apparently, owing Khaled money or whatever. Rick Ross, being who he was, the stature that he had in the industry, wanted to address those things on his album. It's a interesting thing with the way streaming was going as well, because I got to say, Rick Ross, genius move to put an album where you're addressing the Birdman and Lil Wayne beef on your project. Okay, now you're running the streams up. But very interesting, you guys. I wanted to tap in today with this story of Gunplay actually sending some shots. Gunplay said, "That's my big brother. That's my big brother. I will wrinkle your shirt and stretch your collar." Yep. Gunplay holding it down for his big brother, Ricky Rose. I want everybody to follow me on the gram. Everybody watching this video. I'm going to be doing a lot more short format videos like this, y'all. Guys, I have a major new interview dropping in the near future. I'll give y'all a little taste. I got a major new interview dropping in the very near future. For everybody wants to know what it is, here we go.
Hey man, say man, what it do is the freestyle king, Lil Flipper, aka Flip Mayweather. Shout out to Mikey T, the movie star. Cut.
Get ready. Mikey T is gonna be. I'm gonna be interviewing Little Flip. Little Flip is joining the Mikey T, the movie star podcast. So everybody stay tuned for that. I hope you guys enjoyed this news brief today. Let me know in the comments if you're digging these new short form videos, the podcast, the late night format, the hour plus podcast is not going to stop. But let me know if you're digging these new short format videos. Run up the numbers, man. Hit the like button. Mikey T, the movie star. I'm out.